Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Stu's Numbers. Here we go. We're on for a big one today. We are using the Google Sheets filter. Quite literally does not get any more exciting than this. So remember our dummy data. Yes, doesn't get any more exciting. I'm going to drop in a new tab here on this Google Sheet. We're going to rename it filter example, filter EG. And what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to show you what the filter function does. This is a way to select items from a long list of data very simply by using a one cell function. So on my data tab, I'm going to try and pull data from columns A to D, where the country is set to Kuwait. Why not? So here we go. We'll click back to our blank sheet, that blank tab that we've just set up, and we go like this: equals filter, open bracket. First thing we input is the range, so I'm going to click on the data sheet, and I'm very simply just going to highlight columns A. Classic Google Sheets bug there, did you see it? Columns A to D. Now, in Google Sheets, unlike Excel, I don't need to go A10 to D300, 400, whatever your range is. I can, in fact, just delete the numerical reference after the second column reference, and that will pick up everything in the Google Sheet. So you can see that now the yellow highlighted area actually takes me from D10 right the way to the bottom. Now, I don't actually need the header on my range. Think about it. When I apply the filter, if I'm looking for country rows where the country is Kuwait, the header is going to be excluded anyway. So in fact, it's academic whether you include the header or not. So we've got our range. You see here, Google Sheets very friendly. Tells you, just like Excel, tells you what you need to input. I'm going to put a comma, and now it's asking me for a condition. And what I'm going to do is highlight a column, and then I'm going to input what I want the condition to be. So I'm very simply going to highlight on, can you see I've just moved my mouse over B10. I'm going to highlight that down. Now I'm not going to scroll down for hundreds. I'm going to do the same as I've done for the whole range. I'm going to delete the numerical reference. Look at the formula bar here. I'm just going to delete the 20, and that picks up the whole range. It's very important when you use the filter function to have matched ranges. So if I had A11 to D, I would need B11 to D as my criteria. So I'm in the condition or criteria, and what I want is column data B10 to B to equal Kuwait. Very straightforward. Close. Enter. I have one entry. How cool is that? So I haven't got any headers. I'm just going to drop the headers in. I'm just very simply pressing equals. I'm going to go onto the data tab, pick up the headers. See what Google Sheets did there. I clicked on the sheet, didn't like it. So I'm going to click into the formula bar and then just click down to, you see that A10. Enter. There's my header. Beautiful. I'm going to go along. I'm going to delete my columns to the right because in Google Sheets they're not hidden, they are deleted. I think that just keeps everything nice and slick and light. We can do it down as well. So I'm going to go Control Shift down arrow. Always gives you 1,000 rows by default. Right click and then delete rows. Look how succinct that sheet is. Beautiful. If I want to make this slightly more dynamic, I can input a cell that is your input field. So if I put Kuwait in here, and if I go back into my filter formula, instead of going equals Kuwait in writing, I'm just going to go actually write in A3. That's my cell. Can you see that? So now I can input Kuwait, Iran, England, etc. And you'll see, in fact, for England, it pops up with an error. So that's Nice and easy. Cambodia, I could copy and paste. I could do lots of things here. What I always do when I've got a variable field, I always like to set it to blue. If I click on the right cell, of course. Blue text is variable. Beautiful. Now I have my filter. I can change it and I can go change the country, and it automatically updates the filtered list. This is actually quite, in my opinion, quite an impressive addition compared to Excel. Excel's advanced filters clunky. You need to go back in, update the settings. Here we've got a one cell revision which updates your filtered list. Fantastic. The list can be 20, 30,000 long, however big you feel comfortable operating in Google Sheets. She does get clunky when you go, in my experience, beyond 5-ish thousand rows, so I would be careful. Having experimented a lot recently, I'm kind of seeing a kind of a 15,000 row limit. When there's sort of 10 to 15 columns, which is still a hell of a lot of cells, of course. Anything beyond that, she becomes very, very slow. Guys, that's the filter function. Have a play around with it, see how you go. Let me know, send me your feedback. The views are streaming in, Google Sheets goes on. That is the filter function. Thanks for watching.